lobbying regulators, not so much to change the law, but to clarify it, like to tell us what it is that we need to do so that someone doesn't come down 2 years later and say, hey, what you were doing completely in the open and completely transparently for the last 4 years was illegal from day one, and you should have known that. And we're like, we meet with you like every week about what we're doing, and now you're telling us we should have realized 4 years ago that it was fundamentally and completely illegal? Like, that doesn't make any sense. And so,
in terms of regulating crypto, I've sort of been, it's a technology. I think the classification issues about whether a product is a security or a commodity are overblown. I think most of those decisions are pretty easy. To the extent that we are going to continue to wrestle with those classification decisions, I say get on with it. Let's have regulated platforms where you can put either, waiting until those classification decisions get decided.
Going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is, it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of a huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we could have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Chinese bank ICBC has been hit by a ransomware attack, and the U.S. Treasury market, as a result of that, has been disrupted. This, according to the Financial Times. We're getting it more right now with Bloomberg's Sonali Basak. Sonali, what do we know?
Listen, we have the Financial Times now reporting that ICBC, one of China's largest banks here, was hit with a ransomware attack. And remember, they're a very significant intermediary in the Treasury market. The SIFMA has told his members that this has been part of the reason here that the system is kind of clogged up, if you will. During that auction that we saw a little bit before, the attack had prevented ICBC, according to the Financial Times, from settling Treasury trades on behalf of other market participants. A large executive at a major bank also telling the paper that such a large party on the fixed income clearing corp creates major concerns, potentially impacting the liquidity of Treasury markets. Now,
it was not just a poor auction; it was absolutely lousy. And you know, when the dealers have to step in to save a Treasury auction, that's a rare occurrence. And
welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread it all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the books Cryptoteacher and the New World Order book. Remember, the New World Order book shows you how the world really works, and it is definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep, especially in the times that we're in right now. Now, guys, I told you in 2023 in the first quarter, we would get an event, and now we have the banking collapse, which the master magicians pulled off the perfect distraction. And at the end of the third quarter, going into the fourth quarter, guys, we're going to have another main event. Now, of course, the markets will still pump and dump until we get that next crisis. Guys, we know they're going to pull that rug. And all we have to do is watch the Fed to know exactly when that's about to happen. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 Kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. But guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And make sure you stop and share the videos. Now we have Bitcoin and crypto slightly down. And we have CME opening tonight. We know it's going to move the market. And then, of course, guys, once yield rates start moving in the morning, we know it's going to move the market again. Now we have Samson, that used to be the CEO of Blockstream, says that these spot Bitcoin ETFs can blast Bitcoin to $1 million in days or weeks. And we have BlackRock and Grayscale met with the SEC about the spot Bitcoin ETF. And guys, that's the reason why I kept that clip in there of Larry Fink of BlackRock speaking about ETFs, because that is definitely the future. That's the easiest way to tokenize this economy and put it on blockchain. Remember, guys, the goal is a 4th industrial revolution. And remember, the Crypto Teacher told you. Now, do not forget to pay attention to the actual indicators. We have yield rates, which are slightly up on Friday. We have the dollar down. We have volume and crypto down. We have Tether, USDC, and TUSD. And then, of course, guys, we have the Fed. Repo at $865 billion, and we see the repo is coming on down. Make sure you're pulling that on a daily basis. We know Janet Yellen is tapping that. And make sure you watch the video I did last night on the housing market. The plan is in play. They're going to be able to own 60 to 70% of single-family homes over the next 5 years. Remember the goal? You will own nothing, but you will be happy. The consumer is hurting right now. We saw it on Black Friday. We're going to see it on Cyber Monday. But don't forget, guys, this is a plan. It moves in phases. You won't be able to afford to travel, but you'll be able to travel through your Oculus glasses on your couch. I know it sounds like a movie, but remember, your life is an illusion and TV is your reality. And we saw the NWO change the consumer over these last 3.5 years because we saw a majority of shopping online. Now add in the robots, algorithms, and drones, the metaverse, programmable money. We can see the plan coming together. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now, guys, do not forget about Grayscale. We're sitting at $30.1 billion on Friday. But getting over into a little crypto news. We have Cosmos Hub green lights atom inflation cut for security boost from 14% to 10%. And we have California governor calls for statewide generative AI training. And the same way they haven't taught finances in school, when we see all this technology coming, the school system should have been teaching about this technology 10 years ago. But don't forget, Rockefeller funded the school system. He wanted workers and not thinkers. And that's the reason why it's so important for you to re-educate your kids when they come home. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have Blast founder rejects Ponzi scheme criticism. And now we have the network has over 400 million in total value locked. Now we have crypto exchange ZipMax suspends trading activity in Thailand to comply with Thailand SEC requirements. And like I told you, after they went after Binance, now we're going to have the NWO exchanges rise because we know exchanges are nothing but banks. And while they take down the small and medium-sized banks, we're also going to see 99% of cryptos go away. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. And lastly, we have Ripple CTO breaks silence on Epic Securities controversy. And Jay Clayton simplified it. The same thing I've been saying for a long time. We have Coinbase, which is publicly traded, which should be able to be trading securities. So they should be able to have both. If you have a regulated exchange, it shouldn't matter. But guys, we know this is all part of a bigger plan. Jay Clayton took out the lawsuit on Ripple and XRP, so therefore Gary Gensler could kick the regulation can down the road. Remember, they want the emerging markets led by China the Dragon to rise for the fourth industrial revolution because the NWO wants total control. Remember, blockchain gives them the all-seeing eye. CBDCs will be able to tell you what, where, and when and how to buy, and we definitely see Ripple pushing that. And you have 3 to 6 months to spend it or poof, it's gone. They know they're going to have people sitting at home getting free money, so you have to be able to control them. And remember, this was already tested in Babylon, and it was already tested 3.5 years ago. Now the NWO is ready to implement the plan. Bring the machines to replace humanity in the workforce. Skynet and Singularity Net activated. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. But guys, all I have for you. Don't forget about the books, Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get home stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing, they were still getting that free money. What are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, So therefore, we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the fourth industrial revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID stories 3. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.